Monero is unmatched in terms of privacy. Here's why. Due to technological breakthroughs, cryptocurrencies have been put on the path to possibly changing the future of money. As a result, individuals all around the world are starting to invest in various altcoins in anticipation of cryptocurrency's expected rise. Monero is one such coin, with its unique codebase and protocol promising unsurpassed anonymity and security. Keep in mind that when it comes to your hard-earned cash, we don't claim to be financial experts. So at the end of the day, it's entirely up to you what you do with the information we provide in our content. This video will help you understand Monero. Before we go any further, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel to learn more about the most popular cryptocurrencies today. If you're new to crypto, much like Monero, you might think that buying this altcoin is a difficult task. The good news is that you won't need a powerful computer or any programming experience to get started. All you have to do is create an XMR wallet, study the fundamentals of how it works, and of course, watch this video. With that being said, let's talk about Monero's essentials and see what makes it so special. Let's dive right in. What's Monero? Monero, with the symbol XMR, was first introduced in April 2014 as Monero. Its name means money in Esperanto. According to its website, Monero is a safe, anonymous, and untraceable currency system. Monero employs a unique type of encryption to ensure that all of its transactions are completely untraceable and unlinkable. It's easy to understand how something like Monero might become so appealing in a more transparent society. So what exactly is it about Monero that makes it so popular? To begin with, you have full control over your transactions. You are in charge of your finances, and no one is able to see what you're spending your money on because your identity is hidden. It also has the unique feature of being completely fungible because of its secrecy. What's fungibility? It's the interchangeability of an item or asset with other individual goods or assets of the same sort. For those of you who are new to cryptography, let us explain using an example. Imagine borrowing $20 from a friend. It's fair if you give them another $20 bill in return for their loan, right? You can even give them the money in the form of one $10 bill and two $5 bills. That way, it's still fair. But if you borrow someone's truck for the weekend and then give them a completely different truck in return, that person might hit you in the face. Even if you went away with a white Ford Raptor and returned with another white Ford Raptor, that's still not ethical. In this case, the trucks are considered to be a non-fungible asset. So, what exactly is fungibility in the context of cryptocurrency? Consider the case of Bitcoin. At some Bitcoin service providers and exchanges, tainted coins will never be valued as much as clean coins. In essence, illegal activities are what taint your Bitcoin. One of the most common complaints about Bitcoin is that it eliminates fungibility by tainting a coin that's been used legally by the previous owner, even after it goes to someone who has no intention of using it illegally. That means the poor guy is trapped, right? Because nobody would want to accept the tainted coin that he mistakenly got. This is where Monero comes in. No one can see what transactions your Monero has been through in the past, nor can they see what was purchased with your Monero, because all of the data and transactions are kept secret. As a result, there's no such thing as a tainted or clean Monero, and this means that they're fungible. As a rule of thumb, cryptocurrencies should meet three criteria. They must be electronic, decentralized, and private. The Monero team aims to meet all three requirements properly. Monero's core idea is absolute privacy and opaqueness, with ring signatures ensuring the sender's anonymity, stealth addresses ensuring the recipient's privacy, and ring CT, aka ring confidential transactions, ensuring the privacy of the transaction. We'll discuss each one in turn. Ring signatures. Let's look at a hypothetical real-world life scenario to see what ring signatures are and how they help protect the sender's anonymity. Isn't it true that you have to sign your check before sending it to someone? Even so, anyone who sees your check and recognizes your signature could still verify that you are the one who submitted it. Consider the following scenario. Assume you pick up 4 people at random from the streets, and you combine your autographs with the signatures of these 4 others to produce an original signature. Nobody will be able to tell if your signature is genuine or not. That's how ring signatures work in essence. Let's look at how it works in the context of Monero. Let's suppose Karen has to give Brad 100 Monero. How will the system use ring signatures to conceal her identity? She will first decide her ring size and then use her private spend key to sign outputs and transmit them to the blockchain. Any of the decoys acquired from the Monero network are equally likely to be an output as the true output in a ring signature transaction. So any unexpected third party, even miners, won't be able to tell who the sender is. But this creates a problem. The control of double spending is one of the many essential functions that miners have. Spending the same coin on several transactions at the same moment is known as double spending. So if Karen pays 1 Bitcoin to Brad and then the same coin to Carl, the miners will place one transaction within the block and override the other, avoiding double spending. And all of this is hidden and masked in Monero courtesy of ring signatures. Next, let's look at how Monero uses stealth addresses to safeguard the identities of its recipients. Stealth addresses. Monero's transaction unlinkability is one of its most appealing features. Basically, if you receive 200 XMR, no one will be aware that money is being sent to your address. In other words, if Karen sends money to Brad, only Karen will know that Brad is the beneficiary of her funds. But how does Monero keep Brad's information private? Simple. Brad will have 2 public keys, a public view and a public send key. To complete the transaction, Karen's wallet will produce a one-time public key using Brad's public view key and the public spend key. Then the blockchain creates a one-time public address called a stealth address, where Karen transmits her Monero meant for Brad after computing this one-time public key. So how is Bob going to get his Monero out of the random data distribution? Remember that Brad has a secret spend key. This is where it becomes useful. Brad uses the private spend key to search the blockchain for this transaction. Brad can then generate a private key that matches the one-time public key and get his Monero when he comes across the transaction. As a result, Karen paid Brad in Monero without anybody knowing. How cool and smart is that? Ring confidential transactions. So far, we've seen how the spender can remain anonymous and how the recipient can remain nameless. But what about the actual transaction? Is there a method to ensure that the transaction amount is not visible? RingCT's function is straightforward. It conceals transaction amounts on the blockchain. This also implies that all transaction inputs no longer have to be split down into specified amounts. A wallet might then pick up Ring members from any RingCT output. But the Monero devs were not satisfied with this. They wanted an additional layer of protection. Enter I2P and Kovri. I2P, or Invisible Internet Project, is a routing mechanism that allows apps to communicate messages to one another discreetly and without interruption from the outer world. If you use Monero, Kovri will encrypt your internet traffic, making passive network surveillance impossible to detect. All of your Monero communications will then be encrypted and routed through the I2P nodes in order for this to work. The nodes basically serve as gatekeepers who are blind. They'll be aware that your messages are passing through, but they'll have no clue where they are heading or what they include. Conclusion. Many people are interested in investing in cryptocurrencies, but Bitcoin's popularity and price could be a barrier. But there are many other virtual currencies that you can buy and trade that may be simpler to invest in, like Monero. There are 18 million XMR coins currently in circulation, and each Monero is worth $207. Monero's entire market capitalization is $3.7 billion. Monero currently ranks number 31 on CoinMarketCap. Monero has become a well-known cryptocurrency with strong privacy features, making it one to watch. Monero can be purchased on popular cryptocurrency exchanges such as Kraken, Poloniex, and Bitfinex. Still, it's important to remember that the anonymity characteristics that make Monero so attractive can also lead to extreme challenges, such as its adoption in illegal activities. If you found this video helpful, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for future videos. Please also leave a comment below to tell us what you think about Monero. If you want to learn how different Monero is from Bitcoin, click on the pop-out banner to watch our comparison video between the two.